or not. Rob O'Neill knows a lot about this. He's a former Navy SEAL. He fired the bullets that killed Osama bin Laden, and he joins us tonight. Rob, thanks for coming on.
Tucker, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Give us some, and I know you have an informed perspective on this.
Yeah, I do.
Some context for what Bergdahl did.
Well, this is one of the many missions that I happen to be a part of. I was on the base when Bergdahl walked off. I remember waking up and being told an American deserted, and then we had to go get him. And it was a large part of my team and a lot of other coalition forces that we actually stopped what we were doing in the war effort, which meant for our team, we stopped going against high-value individuals trying to get back into Pakistan to take on very, very high-risk missions to get this guy that we knew very well walked off the base as the villagers turned him over to the Haqqani network, and they tried to move them over to be in Pakistan. So we went night after night doing very, very dangerous stuff, and there were people killed. The Army was quick to dismiss. There was 6 soldiers that were killed between the August-September timeframe. Maybe they weren't necessarily going after Bergdahl, but they were in the right place, wrong time. They were killed. We had a lot of people killed. One of my guys from my squadron was shot. He would have died had it been with anyone else. He was hit in the femoral artery. The dog he was with was killed. Big gunfight because we landed in a spot. They landed in a spot where they shouldn't have, right on what we call the X, which is next to the target. My team actually went in to assist them with that fight. A lot of stuff went on that shouldn't have gone on. A lot of people were hurt, and it's all because this guy was a deserter, and it's that simple. And he did get rolled up by the Taliban, and he suffered a lot at their hands. But that's all because of what he did. His captivity, the stuff he went through, that is a punishment for what he did. Now, with this judge to just let him go, what about the people that were killed? What about the soldiers that were injured? What about the wife that said she can no longer hold her husband's hand because he can't move? He's in a wheelchair. He was shot in the head trying to save Bergdahl. Think about the countless high-value individuals we stopped going after that did escape what we would have done to them and maybe made improvised explosive devices that could have killed Marines later on because we didn't, the intangibles, all this war effort stopping because there's one guy left. I said before that I was going to keep my mouth shut hoping that the military judicial system would do something the right way, but I think this judge dropped the ball, and I think it's sad. I think it's something personal against this administration. I don't know what it is. I think the judge made a bad call.
So you said, just to go back to the beginning of what you just told us, that you knew from the outset that this was desertion. He had left intentionally.
We knew without a doubt. We
didn't know that. Those of us who were just covering this stuff, we were told by the Obama administration that we weren't clear. It wasn't clear how he was captured.
It was so bizarre. I've been in a lot of different spots. About 8 months after we finished the bin Laden raid, I was part of a team that might have been tasked to go rescue him out of a part of Pakistan where he knew he was. And the Obama administration sent their people there and tried to explain to us, well, we think this guy might have fallen back on patrol. I had to stop her in the middle of it and like, no. This guy walked off. I knew before my first cup of coffee that day, he's a deserter. We need to go after him simply because he wears the uniform. We never leave a man behind. And this poor dimwit doesn't know what he just got himself into. He did learn over the next 5 years. And like I said, he did get punished for that, but what the judge did today was wrong.
So, but they knew, the Obama people knew from the very beginning. I mean, if you knew...
Well, we knew, but they're going to spin it into something political like they did.
But why would they lie about that?
They want the victory. Why would they bring the parents of this deserter into the Rose Garden and have, on the Sunday morning shows have Susan Rice calling him, he served with honor and distinction. I talked to so many guys from my former command, the elite SEAL team, just saying a disgrace, a disgrace, a disgrace. A lot of guys that were there, one of my guys said, I have too many thoughts. I can't tell them right now.
Yeah, that's depressing.
It is.
Rob O'Neill, thank you for that.
Thanks, Tucker. I appreciate it. Great to be here.
As always. Well, the Latino Victory Fund's Virginia Gubernatory